Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing all things homeschooling 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, early toddlers. So if you've got an early toddler in your life and you're wondering, how can I enrich their day? What are some educational things I could be doing with them? This video is for you. Now, before you guys come at me in the comments, of course, a 2 and 3-year-old's day should be mostly play, right? Lots of free play, time outside, time to just be a kid. But if you're also anything like me, you know that if you just give your kids a free-for-all all day, it's not going to go well for them or for you. I know for my kids, we do much better when we have a flow, when we have a little bit of a routine. Nothing super strict, but there are some planned activities throughout the day. And of course, I'm also homeschooling an older first grader who's got some educational time. So a lot of times those younger siblings kind of want to have their special quote unquote homeschooling time as well. So if you're looking for some ideas of what you could do with a 2 or 3-year-old during a more academic, educational enrichment type time during your day, then that is what this is for. Just some ideas, something you can do for 5, 10, probably no more than 20 minutes a day tops. Just some extra little fun things that your 2 or 3-year-old might enjoy. And of course, all of this is just for fun, just for exposure. I'm not expecting my 2 or 3-year-old to necessarily master any of this. I'm not forcing him to do any of this. It's all just, things. If he's interested and wants to do it, we do it. If he doesn't, then that's great. You can go play. So that's how we're doing in our house, but I just wanted to kind of share some ideas because there isn't a lot out there for this age specifically. A lot of people have like preschool curriculums or like things for 4 and 5-year-olds, but there's not a lot out there for those 2 and 3-year-olds. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what am I using to homeschool my currently 2.5, soon to be 3-year-old this homeschooling semester. All right, so first and foremost, I actually did find a toddler curriculum on Teachers Pay Teachers, and that is what this stack here is. So this is the toddler curriculum from the Primary Brain on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I did purchase this when it was on sale earlier this year, and I have been loving it. So basically, the gist of it is you have a letter per week. So like this last week was W is for winter. And so it's like a letter of the week type curriculum, but it's all toddler oriented. So it's not a preschool program. She actually does sell a preschool program as well if you're interested in that, but this is just a toddler curriculum. So it has 25 activities per week, and those are in the categories of art. I kind of printed this out so you guys could see. So like this is the N is for Noodle Week. So there's art activities. There's different little like fine motor activities like with tweezers and glue and making like necklaces and stuff. There's gross motor, so like they're doing like a noodle relay race. And then there's like some like math, so like sorting, counting, things like that. Just early like little toddler educational skills. And I loved that this was geared towards toddlers because again, that's really hard to find. And I also loved that it was just something I could print off. And because there were 25 activities for the week, I could just pick my favorites. We don't necessarily do all of these. I pick the ones that I feel like my son will like the most or that I feel like are easiest to do, and those are the ones that we do. So I have a few examples here from this past week that we did for W is for winter. So like this was a little W is for winter coloring page. We did this little like decorate a snowflake activity. I've really been loving the art activities in here because I am not like naturally artsy. And so to have like this little stuff that my kids can do, this kind of pre-planned is really, really helpful for someone like me. So this is like a little dart art thing we did. So you just print out the things that you want to use for the week. And that's what I've been kind of using as the base of our curriculum. So again, this is the toddler curriculum by the Primary Brain. Really, really have been enjoying that. And then coming over here, I did pick up a few workbooks. Now, obviously for this 2 and 3-year-old range, it's really hard to find workbooks that are like geared towards that age. But I did find these two. They're both, I feel like, very age appropriate for where they are. So this first one is by Kumon. It's the Book of Learning with Crayons. So for this one, it's just very like simple like coloring things. So like draw spaghetti on the plate, draw leaves on the tree, or draw with the color red. So it's just all like little activities like that. There's also some, as you get later into the book, there's a little bit more specific fine motor practice, but just really great, easy, fun stuff. Really have enjoyed this book so far. And then we've also just started this one. This is from the Gawkin workbooks. It's the Play Smart Early Learning. It's specifically for this young age group, which I love. This one's a little bit more hands-on, which is fun. So like it's got some stickers in here. This was like a cutting and pasting activity. So you like cut out the pancake and then like pretended to eat it. So very simple, quick, activities, find the different foods, find things that match, color in the spots that are missing. So just very simple little toddler activities here, make dinner, lots of fun little activities here. So I thought this workbook was great. This one was fun. That'll like match the tail with the right animal. So just very simple for this age. I thought this was about perfect for where my son was at for this, little early 2-year-old stage. So those were the 2 workbooks I picked up for him. And the way we do this usually is we'll do like 1 or 2 activities from this toddler curriculum, and then we'll do, like 1 workbook page, either out of this one or this one. We like alternate. So, and again, this is just if my son's interested. If he goes, I don't want to do this today, then we just put it up and we don't do it because he's 2 and he doesn't have to do anything. It's great. Another great thing that you can use other than a workbook would be one of these like soft activity books. I got this one as a gift, so I don't really know where it's from. But if you just Google like soft activity book, you can find a bunch of these. But like it's just got little fine motor things for them to do, like snaps, clocks, alphabet. There's like counting, there's matching, like the weather. So just little fun things. So we'll usually just do like 1 or 2 of these. And so sometimes I'll just basically pull this out instead of the workbooks. So just another thing in the rotation, basically. So that's another option. Now, besides that, the other thing that I like to do during our homeschool time, because I do want to be setting the expectation that homeschool is fun and exciting, we usually do end the homeschool time with like some sort of toy, usually some sort of educational toy. So like it might be something like these lacing beads and like lacing the beads in there, working on our fine motors. Or we might play a game with some like manipulatives. So some of the ones I love for this age are these little like wooden alphabet letters. So anything with the alphabet, you could get like alphabet cookie cutters or alphabet magnets or whatever, just something to start playing with letters. I have these little rings that are shapes. Again, any kind of shapes will do, like if you have a shape sorter or something at home. A lot of this stuff I either already had on hand or I picked up at like a thrift store. These are just some little magnetic numbers. So again, just kind of playing with shapes, letters, and numbers in any kind of fun ways. Like this week I put this on like a magnetic tray and just let him play with it. So that's been fun. And then another thing that you could pick up are just some general flashcards. You can do a lot of fun things with flashcards, like, go and hop on this color or, play matching games and different things like that. So I just picked up these Sesame Street ones. I actually found these at Half Price Books, and he loves Sesame Street, so I thought this would be great for him. So it's a colors and shapes one and an alphabet one, and I think it also came with a number one, which I have somewhere in the house. So that's another idea for you. And then in terms of like toys that they play with, some of the educational things that I really enjoy are puzzles. So right now, this is where my son is at, and all kids will be different in terms of like where they are with puzzles right now. But right now, he's really good at these like 2-piece puzzles. So this is like a beginner jigsaw. This is from Melissa and Doug. And then we also have another one by Melissa and Doug, and this is a 4-piece puzzle. So it's a little bit, this is about the max where he is right now is at 4 pieces. So I love this because we're working up to like a bigger jigsaw puzzle. So you start with the 2, then you go into the 4, and then you can start doing, maybe some like those 20, 25 piece ones. So that's really good for him, working on puzzle stuff. And then similar to puzzles, but a little bit different, would be playing with like pattern blocks. Again, this set is also from Melissa and Doug. We love them. That they have like triangles, circles, rectangles, ovals, and squares to play with in here. And then there's all these different just little puzzle boards to put them in. So this is great for working with shapes. Again, working on those puzzle things. You can work on colors with these. Lots of different ways to play with these kinds of toys. And then another one my son really loves is this little egg sorter. This is, there's a lot of versions of this toy, but basically they open up, if I can do this one-handed, and it's like a little matching shape. Oh, that one just went off, but you can match like colors and shapes and put the eggs back in here. So there's a lot of different versions of this toy, but just something like that. Anything with matching sorting is great for this age. And speaking of sorting, this is our favorite sorting toy. It's the Super Sorting Pie. This is from Learning Resources. Learning Resources in general, that brand just has tons of fun educational things. But this one's great. You can sort by type of fruit or by color or by counting. Lots of different things, ways we can play with this. It also comes with tweezers, which is good for fine motors. So that's pretty much what we do, guys. We just go through, we do the sheets from this toddler curriculum here. We do like one workbook page or work on this activity book. And then we end with like one of these like educational toys. And sometimes I'll pull other educational toys out from like around our house. But in general, this is kind of what schooling looks like for my 2 or 3-year-old. And again, this is all just about fun, exposure, letting him have something to do when he wants to do homeschool like Big Brother. None of this is like I'm expecting him to like be knowing all of this or memorizing it. It's not, no pressure. It's just for fun. If he ends up doing this for 2 years, like I'm totally cool with that. So this is what we're doing. If this was helpful to you, definitely give this video a thumbs up so I know to continue making content like this. If you have a resource that was great for you homeschooling your 2 and 3-year-old, definitely leave it in the comments below for everyone else. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.